All right, Nick, it's your moment to shine, my friend.
Oh, yay. Okay, so we've got a little bit of Sens news. I'll start with the stuff that doesn't impact Tampa. They traded for Jesus. They traded with Arizona for Derek Stefan for a 2021 second rounder. And I was just looking up some stats on these boys a little bit earlier. And up until the 2018-2019 season, he was pretty much averaging 50 points a season, 50 plus points a season. So I'll take it.
Okay.
In fairness,
Is he a
he
winger?
also got sent to Arizona. So
Yes, exactly.
you're not going to have the best of times.
And even when he was there, his first season, well, he had 35, and then last year he had 28. But yeah, so he's only there for 1 year though, which kind of sucks. But
That's like the story of the year. It's like 1 year here, 1 year there. Like everybody's just getting other than the goalies, everybody's just getting 1 year deals.
Yeah. Or like young players on a team that are just re-signing like they're good prospects.
Yeah.
Prospects, but like
another former consistent Ranger player right there. The Sens go after him, so it's a nice pickup. And then
the one thing, I mean, actually, sorry, no, keep going. Go
for it. You're fine.
No, it'll make more sense after you say more of their trades.
So the other two big ones that they did, or the other big one that they did was with Mickey's boys down in Florida.
They helped us out.
Helped you out with a little bit of cap shed there. Getting Cedric Paquette and Braden Coburn for a crippled Marian Gabrick and a backup goalie, Anders Nielsen, which kind of
was also hurt.
Is also hurt. Yeah, he's also probably going to go on the IR. So that's the trade.
Yeah,
they can just throw all that salary on the IR.
Yep. So
good trade.
Nice couple pickups for the Senators there. Some experienced Cup winners coming their way.
I could tell you about them if you would like.
Go for it.
All right. So my guess is Kobe was like a 6'7" D man. He'd either play, which sometimes the Lightning ran 7 defensemen in a game. So he'd be the 6'7". My guess is he'll be like 4, 5, 6 for you guys. He'll probably play some time in that middle pair. Just because I looked at your depth on the defensive end and it's pretty shite. So I think we'll probably see him in the second pair. And then Paquette is, he was always a fourth liner with the Lightning, but he still has like skill and he can still put the puck in. And I think the only reason he was on the fourth line was because it was the Lightning. There's just too much there. But he could probably play some. I also was looking at your forward depth and looking at the way the lines were set up. I could see him playing, getting some time on the third line. But I think your top 2 lines are pretty solidified with what I saw.
Well, now they have 2 lines.
They have 2.
They won't be as garbage as I expected now with this little bit, but now they have a backup goalie need because they've had Anders Nielsen, their primary goalie, for 3 years now with Craig.
Old Craig.
And Craig Anderson's not there anymore. So I was looking earlier. It looks like they got a couple guys. They have Mark.
That makes sense.
They got Marcus Holdberg and they have Philip Gustafson.
Yes.
Holdberg, they're slated.
Holdberg.
Philip Gustafson.
Craig Anderson was the Lundqvist replacement in Washington. That's anyway.
Replacement, yeah.
But
you got a comment about Gustafson, Eric?
I haven't heard that name in a bit. Wow,
yeah, it has been a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that guy.
I see all. Good.
Sorry, I was gonna say they traded for him. I think when they decided to dump on Carlson, ship him out of town. I think that's when he came.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say I see all good moves here for you guys.
Yeah. And I'm looking at it, and I don't see any bad moves in terms of the players that got back. But the one thing that has me concerned is when, like, recently Eugene Melnyk goes, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have a cup like next few years or whatever. And like they're making all these trades to get established guys and whatever. And like Derek Stepan for a second rounder, I'm like, okay, it's not the worst value, but like, why are you getting Derek Stepan? Because I still don't think they're in a spot where they're gonna make a jump with all these guys. Like they're gonna jump to maybe, instead of being, what were they this year? Like 27, 28, somewhere around there.
Were they that far up?
I think they actually weren't. They weren't like basement. I think they actually like. I mean, they're still not great, but like I think they were actually.
The basement had to be L.A., Detroit, and someone else.
Anybody
No.
have it? Or... Anyway,
Let's take a little look see. I'll get back to you.
I think the moves they made will maybe get them to
Couple spots higher.
like 23, 24. And I'm
Hey,
like, all
that's,
right, cool.
they'll make the
I
play.
guess it's an improvement. Like, I guess like the fans will enjoy it more. And I don't know. I'm not convinced. Actually, I'm not convinced the Sens are going to be last in the Canadian division. I don't think there's any. I don't really think there's any. I think of the teams that could fall back behind them, it would probably most likely be Vancouver, because I really think they took a step back with all of the stuff they lost this year. But I wouldn't shock me if that's my hot take. I think is it wouldn't shock me if the Senators weren't last in the Canadian division.
Okay.
It was
okay.
okay. So it was if I have this right, they had the Red Wings were behind them. The Senators had 62 points last year, so the Red Wings were behind them, and the Sharks had 63. The Kings had 64, so they were second to last.
They were really that bad.
But man, they were close to the Sharks and the Kings.
But yeah, like it wasn't like that wasn't like the Red Wings season. But
Not like the Red Wings season. That's
The
true.
Red Wings had 35. I think it's.
Oh God.
No, I'm
holy
sorry,
fuck.
39.
But the sad thing is, 8 of those points were from games against the Habs.
Almost a quarter of the points.
Yeah, it wasn't good last year. But yeah, like all the moves they made, I think gets them to 23rd, 24th. But yeah,
above all those other teams and above like the Ducks.
yeah,
I guess we'll see.
I guess we will.
And then Stutzla.
I-
They also signed Stutzla.
Oh. Stutzel.
Stutz. I thought it was Stutzli.
I've heard Stutzla, but I don't know.
I'm gonna go Stutzli.
I
thought
think
it
I
was
heard.
Stitzel.
I thought I heard Haley Salvin say Stutzel.
She's probably right because she.
We gotta find a German to talk to.
Yeah,
Ask Dreisaitl.
yeah.
Yeah, they signed him to his entry level contract for 3 years. Yep. So I bet he'll try and renegotiate after one, like most people do now. So
Was that a
can't-
thing? You
No.
can't do that.
it's in other sports they do.
It's not in hockey.
Oh, okay, okay.